Well, it is time for some gardening tips, and yeah, it kind of feels like spring out there. Standing by is Matt Ross from Owens. Morning, sir.
Good to see you.
What do we got going on this morning? What are we going to talk about?
Little way to decorate the house without having to use a handgun. So I saw that segment earlier.
Yeah,
That was
pretty
something
cool,
else. One of the things that we're talking about today is what's going on in your garden. There's still blooms galore. There's still berries coming in. We're going to start off by talking a little bit about how to utilize those.
Yeah, I was mowing along hedgerows yesterday on my property, and I saw plenty of berries out there. Now, the birds weren't attacking them. Those must be poisonous berries or something like that.
Or there's enough food for those birds out there right now that they don't need to go after them. So a lot of
but
things
I know a lot of fruit on the bushes.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. And you have things like crab apples. We've got this beautiful little arrangement of yellow and red crab apples. I've got orange and red hawthorns, and this is a fun thing to do at the house. You can actually bring these into your home. As long as you have a darker tablecloth, because it could get a little bit messy. But bring them into your home and use them just how you would most of your Indian corn and some of your other fall decorations.
This is a little apple right here.
Yeah, that's a little crab apple. Yeah, and in some places they'll actually eat them after frost when they really loosen up.
And that they sweeten up?
Yeah, you got to add a little bit of sugar to sweeten them up. They're a little bit bitter without it. And then over here I've got, this is one of the coolest plants out there. This is a seven sunflower, one that a lot of people don't know about. This beautiful pink, those are actually the sepals, coloration follows the bloom. So this isn't the actual bloom, it's what you get after the bloom. And this is going on right now. So a lot of people think that, oh my gosh, summer's done, this plant is done, and your garden still could have another month of flowers between things like seven sunflower and witch hazel.
Sweet. And
right next to that's pyracantha or firethorn, that orange coloration, and that's another really good beautiful berry, and you couldn't ask for a better color to match the Halloween season than that pyracantha. And one thing you could do is lay some of these berried branches right down next to your pumpkins in your display outside, or you can bring them into the house. If I'm looking at bringing some things into the house, I still have some of my perennials blooming like this beautiful sedum. And that pink coloration is going to eventually dry. You could hang this upside down and dry the flower and use it as a dried flower and strip off all the leaves. Or use it fresh, and you can still get some of that beautiful pink turning to almost a red or purple coloration in one of your vases. And that's a cheap way to add a little bit of allure into arrangements that you might already have. Or you could go to your local florist and get a small assortment of mums or filler to go along with this.
Well, you're much more advanced than me because I think I can handle this.
Yeah, this is not a hard way to do it.
That's good for me, Matt. But hey, it's a great idea, something that I wouldn't have thought of.
Yeah, and by having this orange next to the beautiful purple berries that we see here on our purple beauty berry, this perotea really stands out, and it's really easy to handle and a plant that holds its color for a while. Okay,
we'll be back with you for another segment coming up. Matt, you've brought in some grasses, and I love some of these. Especially these guys.
Right here. Going big or going home, right?
That's right. I used to live on a pond in Lexington, Kentucky, and I had these around my backyard, and they were just wonderful, year-round.
Oh, yeah. And this plume that you see right now is just absolutely awesome. This is an Eragrostis, or a Ravina grass. It looks a lot like Phragmites, and that's the bad boy. That's the one you see along the roadsides. This is your little bit more cultivated, a little bit more manageable species. Gets huge. These stalks are actually taken about 4 foot up, so if I add another 4 feet, I'm going pretty high there.
Yeah, you can go a lot higher than that.
I could go higher than that.
Okay. Yeah, they'll get up to what, 10, 12 feet?
The Eragrostis, those will get about 10 or 12. So you'll see them sold as Ravina grass or sacrum grass. And then there's this bad boy. And this is taken off grounds over at Owens Community College. Our guys out there do a great job, and they manage these beasts. And this is a Rhododendronax, or a giant reed.
It looks like a big corn stalk.
Oh yeah, and this is this year's growth.
Wow.
So this started right at the base. It's an awesome plant for kids to see just grow an enormity of size to it.
Put it on the ground.
And this is taking 4 foot off as well.
My
goodness. You can see I'm not the tallest guy in the world, and this is well over my head.
Right.
And most summers you actually don't see the plume on it. But when we have this extended period of warmer weather, you'll actually get them to plume up, and you'll have a beautiful flower too.
Right. Now we've got some other grasses here. Are any of these a sawgrass? Because I do see sawgrass around in spots.
Yep. We're looking at 2 different ones. You can normally these are called silver grasses or Japanese maiden grasses. And the ones that you see here, they've got this beautiful silver coloration to them.
Right.
So when you see this, it's this upright spike. This variety right here is a variegated one. So I've got that green and white leaf on there, which is my favorite colors in the rainbow, considering I'm a Spartan and all.
Okay.
So I got that green and white, and that works out
that.
great. Oh yeah, rough weekend. I'm gonna put that guy right in here, and the easiest way to sprucing up your decor is to just throw a nice bundle of grass, rubber band them together, and stick them in there with some flowers or some fall color to really make a nice statement.
Now, do you want to put them in water?
You can, or it doesn't matter.
Dry glasswork.
And these guys are actually dried out. These are Carl Forrester. This is a feather grass, and this is a cool season grass. So this plume's been up for a couple months, which makes it really nice. This time of year, I can cut this and use it either as a fresh specimen, or I can actually dry it out. And all I need to do is rubber band it and hang it upside down for a little while to keep the plumes going straight. And then I can use this for years to come.
Right, it'll look great on your front door come fall.
Oh yeah,
right.
Plus I'll
hang it off the knocker.
And I'll hang on to a couple hydrangea blooms that I can do the same thing with.
Sweet.
These two together for a dried floral arrangement is absolutely superb. And these are last year's blooms.
Okay.
So they hold for a very long time.
Beautiful. We gotta go. I want to ask one question. I used to hang on to my sawgrass all winter long, cut it down in the spring. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, that's the best way to handle your ornamental grasses. Let them be up there and be beautiful all winter long.
Right. Hold that snow. It looks good. Okay. Thanks a lot, Matt. Appreciate it.